Here we go.
And it's the Punk Unicorns Podcast with Nikki B.
And Mama Kai.
How you doing?
Hi.
Sometimes I get creative.
That is creative, so now we won't forget.
Now we won't forget our name. See? So it's the Punk Unicorns Podcast, and in case we forget, we have it written down, starring Nikki B and Mama K, because we're elderly and sometimes we forget things.
Right. Punk Unicorn. Oh, wait, did you do the thing?
Oh, with Nikki B and Mama K. It's early. It's very early. We are shooting actually like 3 hours earlier than what we normally would because we got shit to do today.
And I just woke up, hoes. So, like, my eyes
I wish I
haven't
could say
settled
that.
yet. This is still my second cup of coffee, kind of. I topped it off, though.
We won't talk about how many I've had, but I've been up since approximately 4:30 this morning. I have gotten my child ready for school. I have taken my husband to work, and then I came here to shoot the podcast. And on my way to take my husband to work, well, he was driving, obviously, and I was talking to my friend Jordan, and I sent him a picture of myself. And then I went to go look at the picture and realized that I started my makeup, but I haven't finished it. So hopefully I am at a far enough away distance and just blurry enough to where you can't fucking tell.
Yeah. Welcome to Morning Edition here at, I had to think about WPUP.
WPUP.
Many of you listeners want to find out if there's actually WPUP out there.
Yeah.
Let us know.
WPOOP. Whoop whoop.
Because we could do all their promos.
Pardon me, that was the chair.
Sure.
Yes. So, this week we got nothing, bitch, but we got a few somethings. So last week, in Mama K land, it was hotter than blazes, but it was family week at the, in the world of cheer coaching and footballisms.
Oh, that's so much fun. You
we
get to
went and
work
got
with
our
crotch monsters. in
Yeah,
this
we
heat.
went and got our pictures done on Wednesday.
Oh, I just noticed your hair is like some cool Viking warrioress thing going on.
It turned out good.
That's pretty sweet. I like that.
It's got a little braid going on here. I'm growing my hair out, guys. I'm going to grow it out and let the gray shine through. Cameron even said something to me, what was it, Sunday. We were at some friend's house. Hi, Mildred. Hi, Regina. Hi, Katie. Hi, Paulie D. Hi, Watermelon. Hi, Umbrella. Hi, Matthias.
Hi, Becca.
Hi, Eric. We said we weren't going to talk about, his Becca.
My Becca.
His Becca. Do I know a different Eric? Man, both Erics I know are ass cheeks.
I know an Eric, but
We'll go with yours.
yeah, he's much cooler than, yeah.
Okay. Because I only know two, and one of them is a toothless grifter, and the other one is thinks
Isn't that
he's
fun
a
when you
homie.
get to say the word grifter in a conversation?
Yes, it makes me feel important.
It does me too,
It's
because
a big word.
it's a way to judge someone, but the other people don't know what the word means, so you
Oh.
don't sound bitchy.
Speaking of judging someone, I actually do have a topic I can discuss.
Oh, we love that.
So, I think I did tell you I got into a little tiff on my hometown's Facebook page.
Those are so much fun.
Well, here's the thing, I was born and raised in a very small town, and that small town is still very fucking small. And the thing is
Mind you, I was born and raised 3 miles away.
yeah, but his town
But
was a
it's-
little bit bigger,
they're
a lot
small-
different, or
smaller.
smaller. Oh, right. Okay, I forgot. Phillipsburg.
Yes.
So, there is a Facebook group, and it's actually titled Nosy Neighbors of this particular city that I grew up in. And what I find hilarious is I have all kinds of stories. And I see people making comments on there, and I've got stories about these people that will just blow their credibility out of the fucking water.
Oh, me too. Same thing
And
with my...
I don't see, for those of you that haven't been around the punk unicorns and that don't know me personally, I wouldn't give a fuck if there was an abundance coming out of my vagina.
Yeah.
Okay? So
Me
the
neither.
first post that I kind of went rogue on, because there's several,
Rogue.
there was this kid in school, and he was just a bad fucking kid. There was no like, oh well, he had this wrong with him, or hey, no, he was just a fucking prick.
Was he like the guy in 16 Candles that Molly Ringwald ends up making out with in the closet?
He wishes he was that cool.
Okay, he's not even
That close, not even close.
Okay.
So, he had posted something about kids these days being disrespectful in school and blah, 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 blah.
Could you be any more of a stereotype?
And I said, dude, you are the same motherfucker. We had I can't remember if he taught, I can't remember what subject he taught. Mr. Lindsay, God love his heart. Him and my dad were very good friends. Mr. Lindsay was a very good teacher, and I remember that day he was not feeling good, and he let it be known, like, hey guys, I'm not feeling good, so if I have to like get up and go somewhere, just, read chapter 7, Ezekiel 4:20 or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and we were in like the 6th, 7th grade, so we weren't completely fucking immature. Like, we could have everybody but this kid respected that. The fact that he didn't feel good and he was very vocal with it. It was going to be an easy day. This is what we're going to do, blah, 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 blah. So the teacher ends up leaving the classroom for whatever reason. And is gone an extended period of time. Well, if he's sick, he's puking, he's shitting, whatever he's doing. Like, he's a human being and he's sick. So this kid goes up to the wall where the little buzzer button is for the office, pushes the buzzer. Yes, can I help you? Yeah, can you tell Mr. Lindsay to get his fat ass out of the bathroom and get in here and do his job and teach his class?
Oh, wow.
And I remember the secretary was like, excuse me? And the whole classroom was like, sit down, Ray, you dumbass! And he did. He got in trouble. Like, stop. Don't give parenting advice if you were a fucking prick.
Especially that kind.
So then, I've been sharing stories on there and everything, but the thing is everybody has a right to tell their story. If you happen to be a character in it, that's your fucking fault. Tell your version and make me the character. That's how life is. You can't sit there and say, that's not what happened, or blah, 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 da, 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 da. Tell your version then. You can't discredit my shit. We both lived it. So, I have a friend, Candace. We've been friends for years, and she has a couple children that she has adopted, and one is a 6-year-old boy, and apparently he's a little on the husky side, and someone said something to him at the playground. Basically just called him fat, straight out called him fat.
I have no patience for people that call children fat.
Nope, because I'll pick up somebody else's kid and hit you with it.
Right, and it won't even, exactly, I was just about to say, it won't even be my kid, because I don't have kids, so it's definitely going to be somebody else's kid that I hit you with.
Yep.
And I'm going to throw the, midget bowling,
Yeah. So, she had posted on there, what are we teaching our kids? And rightfully so, and it's a free page to write whatever the hell you want, but it's also a free page to comment whatever the hell you want, I guess, too. So, you gotta expect the unexpected, but the unexpected we'll call this guy Freddie. Freddie decides he's going to make it be Freddie.
Hi.
You naughty skinny bastard. So Freddie decides he's gonna say, well, if your son's fat, your son's fat. Basically. Now, Freddie has about the credibility of my left nipple. And there's a lot of credibility in that son of a bitch, so I don't even want to make a comparison. He's got the credibility of a politician. Okay?
Oh, wow.
So I decide I'm going to post one of my stories.
Oh, God, that's so fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
So it was...
And just so... And I didn't even use... So here's the thing. Freddie had a lot of siblings and cousins and everything. They all had the same last name, you know. And it's a common last name, okay? And I'll say it's Smith, okay? It's not, but I'll say it's Smith. Well, whenever somebody said the last name Smith back in that time, when Freddie Smith was doing his shit 20 years ago, we knew when someone said, you seen Smith, they was talking about Freddie. Okay?
Notorious.
So, there was a local bar in town right here, and then down from that were some apartments, and I had some friends that lived there, and we were just sitting outside one day, just
probably
shooting the shit.
The only bar and the only apartments?
Not really, but sort of. And so we're sitting outside and just shooting the shit, having a good time, whatever, being neighborly, and all of a sudden, Freddie Smith, and I only use the last name, right? Freddie Smith comes running towards us. Now, Freddie Smith is well known in the area for being a dipshit. Okay? Still is.
Oh no,
he's one of those 40-year-old men that take shirtless pictures of himself to make himself feel better.
Oh God, it's like
all of his profile pictures is him just.
And then he's got his money spread out.
I was waiting to see that one, but I hadn't.
And then
it's only a matter of time.
And then these things,
yeah,
like that.
So
Running Man tattoo.
So here he comes, and he's like walking towards us, and he's talking just a mile a minute, talking, and we're all like focused on him because the conversation later, we all thought he was coming towards us, talking to, trying to tell us something, and he looked very, very serious, and like something was happening.
Was he like twackered out?
Oh, I do believe so. I don't want to say for sure, but maybe. And he's coming towards us, and we're all trying to figure out what the fuck he's saying, but we can't. Walks right past us, goes up to my friend's mailbox and starts talking to the fucking mailbox. Takes the mailbox lid and starts in some damn language we don't even fucking know, and then takes off down the street towards the bar. 40 seconds. 40 seconds. Fucking cop come around the corner. Officer Karshner rolls down his window and he's like, you seen Smith? And we all went. Because we were all stuck on what the fuck. Like, what the fuck just happened?
I feel like you guys should have called him Smitty.
So, well, that's not his last name. But we'll call him Smitty now. Okay. So, I posted that story. Well, his brother, Jason Smith, Freddie Jason, my cousin goes on there and puts STFU, like shut the fuck up, with a laughing emoji, like that. I was like, girl, I don't give a fuck. Like, don't be giving people, because I said,
right, like,
I told the story.
You're about to like upset the cult of the sun.
Oh yeah. There was like 147 fucking comments on this shit. But anyway, I at the end of it, I was like, what does it say? Something like, they say nowadays Smitty is telling people that it's okay to call 6-year-olds fat. So back then he was doing this, but now he's giving parenting advice. And there's so much more that I can tell you and will tell you after this podcast about him. Actually, I'm going to tell you right now. He done 10. Wow. Yeah.
I might actually know the persons that have. Why do we always know people like that?
We'll have to talk after the podcast.
Yeah, because I know.
Because his credibility, I was like, and the thing is I put a comment on my friend's post where she was talking about her child, and he was telling her, that it's okay. I was like, you guys are all arguing with Smitty, a guy that talks to mailboxes. Just stop. Just don't talk to him. And everybody was like, that's funny. But anyway, so my post, and like I said, I just put Smith. I didn't put first name, nothing. So Freddie Smith's brother, Jason Smith, comes onto my post and just starts going crazy on there, and me and him going back and forth, and I'm like, fuck you, motherfucker, and like, he's calling me, he's like, are you a man or a woman? I was like, dude, come up with something more original, dude. Like, just, it's the same shit for everybody. Be creative.
Right, adults doing 4th grade humor.
I was like, dude,
do you know who
when
you're
people,
talking to?
right, when people use your visual appearance in order to,
it completely invalidates
it invalidates everything because there's no fucking creativity there. And then he said, man, you're big as hell. Like, talk about how fat I am. And I was like, man, you should have seen me 3 years ago. It hasn't been that long. I was like, man, you should have seen me 10 years ago. And then I was like, I was much bigger motherfucker back then. And then he lost his joke. Like, he literally lost his joke because I've been much bigger, so bitch, fuck off. You know, so and then he just came back with something really, really like juvenile, and I was like, yeah, that's what I would say too, because the poor little baby lost his fat joke when he learned that the bitch was bigger before.
You're like, thank you, but I've lost like 70 pounds, so you're
100. Well, I used to weigh 410 pounds. I was 311 when I had surgery. I am right around 200 right now, so
Yay.
Fuck off. But, so yeah, we went back and forth on that thing. And he's like, why are you bringing up shit that happened so long ago? And I was like, oh, I could bring up some recent shit. Like what I told you. I was like, but I'm being very fucking respectful. Because there is a woman out there, and if you're watching this, you know why I kept my mouth shut. The mother of his children is very dear to me, and I absolutely fucking love her, and I would lay down on a sword for her. She's been through hell and pulled herself up by the bootstraps. She's sober, she's doing her thing, and girl, you know how hard it was for me to keep my motherfucking mouth shut on that post. That's why I took it down. Because shit was about to get really, really real. And I was about to unleash what I just whispered in his ear onto everyone to handle. So,
right, and
let's just be glad that I was...
Maybe when we get them big bucks and we actually have a morning radio show here at WTOE in Dayton, Ohio.
Maybe.
Hello. Your demographics changing. Come on now.
And you know, what's sad, what's very sad is they always say a little girl's first love is her daddy.
Oh, God.
But for me, he was the first one to break my heart. And I can empathize with some people out there. And when your father is the one that actually turns you into a victim, I'm not speaking of me personally, but others, when your father does stuff that turns you into a victim of his, that's when shit hits. I have another friend, dear friend of mine. She's been doing great in her sobriety too. She has a daughter that was taken advantage of by her daddy. Yep. And I do believe that motherfucker is still rotting in prison.
Let's hope so.
I do believe so.
But you know, they be letting people out for dumb shit. Like, I'm not going to mention too much about mine because everybody will know exactly what I'm talking about. But some people got out for COVID early. I know,
yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, people that you might have known.
Yeah, and I just think that's just so wrong. That kind of shit is wrong. We ready for a different America, but not the one with the, scariness.
Listen, we can run. We can start on our campaign now, and next campaign season, we can run. I'll be more than happy to let you be the president, and I'll be the vice president. You can be Batman, I'll be Robin.
That would be fun.
Yeah, let me check to make sure we're still recording.
Yeah. I don't speak any languages, though.
Well, we can make our own.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I do not like ties. I'm not wearing a tie.
No, but I'll wear it.
Can we do the, Nehru jacket thing? Where it looks...
You're talking way too gay for me. What is that?
It's like a...
Like an ascot?
It's like a band. and you wouldn't wear. It's like the thing.
Like the ministers wear?
Yeah, like Prime Minister of India wears like a Nehru jacket.
You can wear a Nehru jacket.
Okay, good.
What the fuck is he talking about? I need to go find something that we are sponsoring.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, talk about it.
So
Talk about something. I'm gonna find something to sponsor.
Okay. So we had a fun week at the dispo this week. It's not really slowing down. We're busy from open to close. We do have a few options to speed up your visit to the dispensary. We have kiosks in the lobby, and you can pre-order on the kiosk and place your order and skip in front of everybody else waiting in the lobby. You can be in and out in 15 minutes. You can pre-order online and look at our menu online. You can even take pictures of stuff you see online to bring in and show us what you want. Like, so if you don't want to forget, you can screenshot your order.
I do that a lot.
Yeah. Once you've been in the store once, you can do curbside. You cannot add anything on curbside. You cannot add anything on kiosk. Now, if you come to me, I might add like the product of the day on because it's right behind me.
Right.
But like, I can't be doing all that.
Right. Don't get used to it.
Right.
So I am going to be looking for a part-time job after football season is over. I just haven't. I'm a complicated creature, y'all. I want something where I'm just like in a box by myself somewhere, but I just don't know if that type of job exists. I just don't want to be around people. Like I want to be around people, but I want to be able to pick the people I want to be around. Like I would love to work where you work, but I can only work like 2, maybe 3 days a week.
And they have to be weekend days. They are real, like, because that's where we need the most help. We need the most help Thursday through Sunday.
Well, I mean,
I wish we worked at I wish we had fresh food able to be infused with marijuana. I would love to work in a bakery.
I'm pretty sure there's a new place coming. I saw some, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure I saw something
You
that's
saw the
coming
same thing.
local.
You saw the same thing I did, and I don't want to say their name because it's Delta 8.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So we'll just say it's a Dutch word.
Now.
And it's a really great idea, and hopefully when we're allowed to do regular, they'll have a step up because then they can quit using the Delta 8 and start using the regular stuff.
Right. Speaking of smoking in an establishment,
there's a lot. There's one in Huber.
Last week, one of my neighbors unfortunately passed away in her sleep, and I was talking to her nephew, and he's either works at or owns, I can't really remember. It was a really crazy day that day. But it is a comedy club, but it's smoker friendly.
I've heard about it.
And they have open mic night every Wednesday.
I have a coworker that goes there.
I'm thinking that coworker yes, I know the coworker you're talking about.
Yeah, she is a comedian. She's really cool.
I'm really, really thinking about coming up with a little something and going up there on a Wednesday.
Ooh, you'd be going up.
You'd
be going up against her.
Oh, is it like a competition?
No, it's not really.
Okay.
I don't
because I've never like.
In all honesty, I feel like if I was a comedian, I'm not in competition with the other comedians. I bet a lot of them feel the same way.
Yeah.
Like, we all tell our own right. We all tell our own story.
Yeah.
So we all respect each other, no matter what.
Right. Absolutely. And there's such a. It's actually almost like putting together a song for me. Like, you got to have the background music, which is the story. You have to have the interest to keep the story going until you get to the punchline. Now, it can be a long story with multiple punchlines in it, or it could be a long story and then you're going to go punchline after punchline after punchline after punchline. But this has to be captivating. Like,
because that'd be me, because I can't. I just have to tell stories, and then they're
Right,
just funny.
right. See, and that's how I am too.
I think I would be more like Kathy Griffin.
Yeah, I can't really go on there and be like, hey guys, I just flew in and boy are my arms tired. Type shit.
And I still laugh at that dumbass joke every time.
What I respect most about comedians like Matt Rife. Matt Rife does a lot of crowd work.
I know who he is.
He's like the real good looking young kid that does comedy.
Yeah.
But the way... and that's something that has kept me from like trying before is because the crowd work type, like I want to be involved in the crowd, like I want to be like, hey, what you eating on? Oh well, you'll have salmonella later, or you know what I mean, like for example, something like that.
Sit down at someone's table with them.
Yeah, see that. Sit down at someone's table with them, start eating their fucking French fries, and like just be hey, this is overcooked.
Don't they have someone that does that at bigger shows? Don't they have like the opener does bullshit like that?
It just depends. I've never actually seen an opening or any act for that matter like involve the crowd like that.
Some of our faves are doing. Okay, so the one podcast is doing their podcast live on a tour. And then the other two people that are involved with them are doing their own tour.
I saw that. I did see that.
And they're going to be... It's in Dayton, Kentucky, but Cincinnati.
Well, maybe we should go.
I was kind of thinking that.
Maybe we should go, because...
I'll have to check the date.
I can be like, hey, remember me, guys?
Maybe that could be that one dream I had where we were hanging out in a green room and I was like, man, you're so much cooler than I thought.
I've met them before, and I could probably make a phone call. Well, not probably, I could.
In Dayton, Kentucky, that's a good location. That's where...
We'll find out when it is. We'll get tickets. We will go, and I will make a phone call and see if we can get you to meet your friend that you've always wanted to meet.
Right, because she done played like 6 or 7 of my phone calls on her podcast. Her podcast.
You know what's funny is when I met her and the other two, my son was texting me and he goes, "Oh my God, I'm gonna shit my pants." And I sent him a video and I was like, I put my face, I was like, so if is here, you're gonna shit your pants, huh? I was like, so what about this? And I like went like this, and she's standing there, and she was like telling him hi and everything, and he's like, oh my God, Mom, you're so lucky, I just love her to death. We had guests on our show here on the podcast, Vampira and Blood.
Yes.
Vampira.
In this spot right
Vampira is one of my sweetest, dearest friends, and when there's an opportunity for me to be with them, she definitely thinks that, like, it's very much a relationship where if she sees an opportunity for me or I see an opportunity, like, we'll make that happen. We'll make it happen for each other, and she's done that. She's done that twice for me, and I can't thank her enough. Like, she respects me as a person, she respects me as a friend, and then she also respects my comedic want to put myself out there, so to speak. Like, I want to put myself out there, but just like, I want to get maybe ankle deep in the water. I ain't going all the way in. We don't talk about that.
Dude, this is for the Illuminati.
We just waiting.
I do not want to be a comedian.
Nick is not interested.
No, I at most would like a morning radio talk show. And it doesn't even have to be popular. It can just be a local one here in Dayton. That's at most. Right,
because it's about making ourselves feel good, and if somebody happens to feel good watching us or listening to us, then even better. Mm-hmm. Because honestly, the point of this podcast is just because we're funny. We're funny. I think I'm fucking hilarious. Nick's hilarious.
I know we're hilarious.
We are hilariouser together, and we can harmonize a song like nobody's business.
If you could see me at work with a hidden camera,
you're just the same as you are.
You would probably pee yourself. Well, because there's like
You're very charismatic at work.
there's like 10 people that are really funny at my work, so it's like
it's always a
constant
joyous experience.
come-uppings, toppings. Like if you're there on a day that I'm not, you've got like 4 professional musicians, a videographer, and a comedian.
It's wonderful.
And then when I'm there,
You
you have a superstar punk diva.
Yep, and Nick will be on his computer and he'll be like, Joe Blow, come on down. Your order is ready.
Dun, 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 dun,
I'm not
dun,
exaggerating.
dun.
That's,
No, I do.
It's his persona there.
When I call the kiosk orders, I'm like, Jeffree Star, come on down to kiosk 9. That's the second one to the right. You know,
See?
I'm really nice most of
really
the time.
Nice. I'm not. And see, that's why I have a problem with people hiring me, is because I run my fucking mouth too much.
And you can't at our
you
job
can't.
because the people.
I don't think I would.
And it's not because
I don't want to say
think
that.
you
Yeah,
can't.
I would.
It's because the people that the community that we serve, they will match energy.
Oh, I know.
And take it
Way.
higher.
Can you take me higher?
For rural.
And let's just say, people probably be strapped down there.
But the cool thing about that is they don't make it in the door.
Oh, really?
No, all my security guards are criminal justice dudes. Like, this shit's
Oh,
done
the
right.
guards are so nice there. I love the
I
guards.
cannot begin to tell you how much we love our guards. They protect us. They keep everything running smoothly. They're professional.
Very, very nice. The one that always, we're on a dang first name basis, but I can't remember what his name is. The dark-haired one with the mustache. I think he might be Hispanic.
No, he is wonderful. He has a couple. I believe he is Moroccan. I don't want to say because I don't
know
know
for
100%.
sure, but he's good looking, that's for sure, and he's very nice, very nice.
That's the thing about like our.
I've never had a
security
bad
guards.
experience.
They look like Australia Thunder Down Under. Every one of them. They're all like. It's like you are
The
trying.
one tall, skinny dude that's all tatted up.
Right, like you've got different guys for everybody.
Yeah, there's an assortment. And then, oh shoot, I was gonna say something. Oh, I know what it was. So last week, Nick had read where he had done like a
Firing.
Firing
Where people
and-
got
and- yeah.
fired stories, and we had a lot. That was a really good.
That was a
post.
good one.
I got to come up with another good one like that because I really like that.
Yes. Well, I had asked somebody something. Well, I had posted something. Now, let's say you're at a job and it's earlier in the morning, so it's not necessarily hot, but it's going to be hotter than Satan's asshole.
Like coffee.
Now, you have your cell phone and your company's cell phone in the vehicle. It's starting to get hot. You go to turn the AC on and it does not work. So you go ahead and you go to your first few stops or whatever, and you get them done. You get in the car and now, let me give you this scenario.
Do you already have titty sweat by this point?
Oh, fucking hey.
Okay.
So your job is at a location where it's literally a block from your house, and like the closest establishment that you could walk into, such as a gas station, is a mile away. You go back to your vehicle after servicing this house. You go back to your company vehicle whose AC's out. Now, you've already sent a message to the big boss saying, hey, just got my vehicle back. It had already been in the shop for a week. Just got the vehicle back. The AC worked fine before, not working now. He was left on red. This person was left on red. They go to their job, again, which is a block from their home. They do the service for the home. They go back to the vehicle. They realize that not only their work phone, but also their personal cell phone has overheated in the car because it's
4,000
real feel is
degrees.
101 degrees.
Ooh.
So they have both cell phones have overheated. He has no way to contact anyone. No one. Now, his office is 40 minutes from where he's at. His home is a block away. Now, he can't access where he's going next for his job, nor can he call a supervisor until those phones cool off. What would you do?
I would walk home
Well,
with the phones.
Well, he got in his vehicle. He brought the phones home, put them in front of the AC until they both come on. Okay, called the supervisor and says,
That's funny because I have had a phone overheat.
Yeah, me too.
It doesn't happen anymore with the brand new phones, but like I used to be a thing, kids.
Yeah, well, I mean, it still is if it gets too hot. So he gets in the work truck, drives the block to his house, takes both the cell phones, gets them to where they're in working condition, gets online, finds out where his next few jobs are, writes them all down. That way, if they go out again, he knows where he's going. But the thing is his shit updates all the time. People cancel, people add on. So if there's an add-on or a cancellation, he's not going to see it because the phones are going to burn out again. So before he could even call a supervisor to let him know, they're calling him wanting to know why GPS is pinging in front of his house. Like, why is your car in front of your house? Why are you home? And so he proceeds to tell them what has transpired and that he came home so he could get his jobs and that he was going to call them and let them know because he knew they were going to call and be like, what the fuck are you doing at home? Y'all, this person's boss goes apeshit. Like, says to him, these other drivers don't have the luxury of going home to cool off. And he's like, no, because the motherfuckers have AC in their goddamn truck. He's like, I didn't come home to cool off. I've been in this profession for 12 years in the fucking elements every single day. This shit don't bother me. I couldn't get either phone on.
Right. It's like, hello, do you not hear me? I hate it when people
and then,
don't hear what you're saying.
This was my favorite part.
They just want to argue.
He says to the boss says to the worker, you are not able to decide. You cannot make the decision to go home without notifying a supervisor. He said, how the fuck was I going to notify anybody of anything or my client that I was coming to their home when the damn phones wouldn't come on? They made him stay home the rest of the day without pay.
Yeah.
So, the next morning,
I'd have put that shit on blast.
Trust me, things will be revealed on this pod. If things go well this week, I'll be put them on blast. You damn fucking right. There's some things that need to go on this week. Hopefully, next Tuesday,
You'll have a cool story to
I'll
tell.
have a really cool story with
Yay!
names and everything. Because we've got screenshots, I was like, okay, this is where malicious compliance needs to come in. You need to write down everything you motherfucking do. I don't care if it takes you 12 seconds to take a shit. You write down, I shit from this time to this. And thank God this person is listening to me, actually. Because there's been some evidence collected since then, and I was like, let them try to terminate you because you got enough for a wrongful fucking termination right there. Because it shows where he had messaged the boss like, hey, my AC's out. But the boss didn't give a flying fuck until he realized that the car was pinging from the dude's house. Like, oh, well, what are you doing at home? Well, I was just about to call you and let you know. And if you check your messages, you'd see my AC's out. So a lot of people are like,
talk to adults like that.
Right.
That's just
well, and
not
the thing
right.
is that person was still probably learning to drive a car when my husband entered this career. I mean, that guy entered this career.
That's some crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me want to go take a shit on their front porch.
We might.
And if I did it right now, it would be
Coffee shits. So that would be
we
really
could
juicy.
we could throw a canvas down.
Oh, make poop art.
Oh
I
my
wonder if people
God.
would pay for that. I'm probably sure there's some nasty people that would pay for some poop art.
Like, how would we clean it so that it was legally sellable?
What about skid mark art? It'd be a little bit less messy. Like, just don't wipe your ass.
That almost made me want to puke.
Just don't wipe your ass and like poodle scoot it across the floor. Poodle scoot across the canvas.
Right, but then all
Skid
of a
mark
sudden,
art.
you would look and be like, oh my God, that's like the Japanese symbol for air.
Somebody would probably see the image of the Virgin Mary in my skid mark or some shit.
Hallelujah! Isn't the morning light so different? It's so
Going back,
crazy,
yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
pretty. We probably look really good in this light. But that movie that I was talking about earlier, The Deliverance, right?
Ooh, y'all.
Towards the end of the movie, and please, I'm not saying this. I'm referencing this just because of my brother. It would have been something my brother. Because at the end of the movie, when, all gets said and done, the mom takes back control and, in the name of Jesus and God and everything. Well,
Is that Rihanna?
she looks so much like Rihanna. I don't know if that is.
Oh, wait. It's not her?
No, I don't know. She looked like Rihanna. I don't know. I'd have to double check, but I don't think it is Rihanna that played.
Oh,
Now I'm curious because.
I'm terrible. All them reptilians be looking the same. I'm just kidding. I love all reptilians.
Let's see. Cast of The Deliverance.
You almost said it. The Deliverance.
Um,
I'm sorry, Aaron Day.
Andra.
Andra Day.
Andra Day.
That's-
Beautiful. She's so beautiful.
Can I tell you that's so funny? Because my mom's name is Andra. Okay? And then my aunt was married
Her
to...
name, your mom, Lynn's name is Andra?
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty name.
Yeah. And then I had an aunt, Sandra. My aunt Sandy.
Okay.
And she, for a short time, was married to a demonic human being with that last name.
Isn't that strange?
Isn't it?
So at the
can
end
I
of
tell
the
you, she is one of the most beautiful
she's fucking stunning,
fucking
man.
human beings ever. She straight up looks like Rihanna.
I-
Even up
she
close,
does look like
looks
Rihanna.
Oh, that's cool.
So towards the end of the movie, when the things are, anyway. My brother was very, very gay, and when he was little,
Like super gay.
we were part of Pentecostal church for a short period of time.
Oh, blessed human beings.
Very short. And I'm talking like talking, speaking in tongues and shit. My brother, my little brother would be 3-4 years old, going up to people going, no joke, and I'm not trying to. I'm telling my story, okay? So I'm not being disrespectful, just telling a story.
I'm just,
Towards the end of this movie,
animating
okay,
it for you.
they exorcise the demons or whatever, and you have to have Christ in your heart, and you have to believe to get
to get rid of
to get rid of the demons, right? Well, there's a point in the movie where that character, the mom, begins just speaking in tongues, and you can tell that she's being taken over by the Spirit of Christ,
Oh, Christ. Okay, good.
But not the demon. And she casted out the demons, and she starts speaking in tongues, and it's like a long, about 30 seconds of her just speaking in tongues, and all I could think about was my brother would have died fucking laughing at that part. And he would have probably come up to me and would have been like, because that's how he was. Now, before go ahead.
I had a funny side note on that. A good friend of mine, I did my talking in tongues in front of their family once. His mother got so offended. She did not like that. I did not know, but when he was super young, they were in a church very similar to that. And I did it really good because Loki, he laughed really fucking hard.
Yeah. You gotta be careful. People are so sensitive. Speaking of sensitive, do you have a sensitive vagina? Would you like to chop it off and have one that can be replaceable?
Oh,
Have
wait a
we
minute.
got a deal for you?
You mean like a
You know how
new
people
one every
change?
week?
Well, yeah, or every day. You can change them like earrings.
Do they have a boy version as well?
I haven't found anything in there that would support that theory, but maybe
Okay,
next week they might.
Yes, we'll have to
But this
research
week
that.
we have vaginas. A lot of times, if you're an old beat up baggy hoe, you will get what's called saggy vagina disease.
Yeah.
And that means
It's kind of like an eye socket.
you kind of
missing
have
an
to
eyeball.
roll it up into your underwear and tuck it in, or else it'll look like you've got Dumbo in a headlock. 'Cause
Or a bread clip.
Your bread clip it, you know, anything these days. Because not all of us can afford vaginal rejuvenations. So now, fear not. Because just as lesbians can have strap-ons, you can have a new pussy. Now what this is a prototype. Now this is custom made for someone that wants a little bit more spice to her snapper. So this one has teeth.
That was.
It didn't bite you!
That's fucking hilarious.
Perfect timing,
oh my
right?
God, I wish you guys could have heard what we just heard.
I bet they might. I wonder, I hope it comes on there. So anyway, this is what we call
Is that?
the speckled caramel version.
It even comes with a little bit of speckle on the side.
Right. A little bit of
Seasoning.
What's that word? Schmeckum. I don't fucking know.
Schmeckle? We'll call it schmeckle.
So right
like that
here
word.
is your
That's really interesting.
vaginal
Like,
lips.
so,
Right. And honestly, you could take a dry erase marker if you want and change the color according to your thumb if you'd like to do that as well.
oh
now
yeah,
these
it's
do
kind of
come
like a
in
mood
various
ring. They
yes.
have ones that are like a mood ring
Right.
material.
Right. If it changes green, then you probably need an antibiotic. These
This
come
is
in various
good.
sizes.
Dishwasher safe.
Dishwasher safe. Just a little bit of alcohol in there. Now, definitely these aren't going to expand or anything for any sort of pleasurable services. Because who would want to put their dick in a vagina with some teeth? I wouldn't. But
Some people might.
it's merely for show. You'll have to remove it for any kind of sexual encounters, or at least push it to the side.
We're coming out
Because even
with
though you
one
don't
that-
have pussy lips, you're still gonna have a hole, I would imagine. So, if your vagina is dragging the floor, fear no more. Get a shell vagina.
Shell vagina.
Get a shell vagina.
Yeah.
Shell vaginas. Now available at Bed Bath & Beyond.
And Timu. So that was our attempt at trying to get the good people at Fleshlight to give us a sponsorship.
Yes.
Or possibly Adam and Eve, since they just hand out sponsorships to podcasts. We would like a studio.
And some pasties.
Yeah. I'll wear pasties. I be doing that at work sometimes. Like going, and then, and then
Yep.
just start cracking up.
Well, thank you for joining us on this lovely day, and we will see you next week.
I'll be slightly more well rested
I won't.
and showered.
I'll think about it. And it's the Punk Unicorns Podcast. Go buy yourself a puss.
Yeah! Punk Unicorns Podcast.
Put that coupon code in for your vaginal rejuvenation pussy. Punk Unicorn.
Oh my god.
Come to my pool.